So we're getting towards the end of summer, and it's been getting hot. Last night I was walking home. The wind was just ripping through downtown. I was getting sand blasted in the face. And I got up to my apartment, and I was watching the flag just directions back and forth. And I realized we are moving into second thunderstorm season, which is kind of cool. I think as far as which I think is kind of cool that we're getting into the end of summer. It's about to get really, really hot out. And new drinks that we just released. I'm really excited about these. It's been a while since I've really got to take a cocktail and utilize a technique that I've never really used before. No, it's cool though, because so Ben Rowe, he's new to the staff, but him and I have been friends for quite a while now. And this guy can do ice cream. He does this non-alcoholic ice cream, he does this alcoholic ice cream, and the stuff is phenomenal. I was frustrated when I tried this stupid chocolate ice cream that he made, but this stuff was absolutely phenomenal. So we picked 4 different kinds of ice cream, and we made them. So 3 of the flavors are a little bit more everyday things you would expect. There's one that's chocolate and cognac. It's proper dark chocolate for those who are looking for a little bit of lighter chocolate. It really scratches that itch. We also did a lemon sorbet. That one is Mariah's cocktail. I think it turned out really well. It's been selling freaking hotcakes, but that one has cachaça in it. And it's cool because it adds this weird funk to lemon. And I think that's one of the things is, specifically with lemon, it's such a everyday flavor for a lot of us. So adding that one element to make it just a little bit more interesting really makes a difference. And I think that the cachaça and that ice cream was a really good call. We're also doing, I was really excited about this one. I am a dirty girl when it comes to mint ice cream. Always loved the stuff. What was cool about it is not knocking Blue Bunny. Don't get me wrong, I still eat the stuff. It wasn't like oil the way this ice cream turned out. It's fresh mint. You can actually taste that this is a plant that grew. It's vegetal. I'm sure it's probably from a hydroponic farm somewhere and not the ground, because this mint we're getting is way too pristine. But it turned out really good though. We were doing just a photo shoot for it yesterday, and when we get done, I would hate to let that ice cream go to waste. So I was sitting there snacking on it, and it's so beautiful because you think of a mint julep, this ice cream has bourbon in it, and you get just the slightest little hint of whiskey, and you get this cool vegetal mint flavor from it. So what you actually wanted it to taste like. The other part of this new menu that we just dropped, I was really excited about. I've been reading about a lot of this stuff for a while, but I've never really got a good opportunity to execute. So what we ended up doing with these ice creams were hey, let's make floats. I haven't seen crazy cool floats in a while. I've seen some on menus and stuff, but the point where you're making your own ice cream, and here's the important part, making your own soda. It's so easy just to dump some root beer and a shot of whatever and throw some vanilla ice cream in there. Don't get me wrong, I'll totally eat one, but how do you take that and go a little bit farther with it? And that was the point and purpose of this menu. So let me rewind a little bit. And the final ice cream that we did totally used this flavor profile together Ben has in a cocktail competition. But it was cool to take an old idea and retool it to a new concept. So what he did is he took olive oil and rosemary, made an ice cream out of that. And by the way, that is my favorite one of these 4 that came out. This thing is freaking delicious. It's got every notes. It's got this really cool fatty quality to it. And it's not the craziest drink I've ever heard of, but it's definitely a higher concept. It's definitely a higher concept cocktail. So the fun side of that, us making our own sodas, with rosemary and olive oil. Apparently with his old drink, it was gin based, but the slightest bit of orange with it. So on our menu, we call that drink gin, and the juice it's orange soda. We made it here in house, and I was kind of surprised. I figured orange soda was going to be the easiest of the sodas to get right. It wasn't even close. The first iteration of it, I got all excited because I did all this reading and oh yeah, I'm going to be able to make sodas and whatnot. And We go to take a scoop of this ice cream and drop it in to the soda, which I thought my soda was really good at that point, and there was no orange. It was gone. It completely just disappeared in the cocktail. So we had to go back and retool, like, how do I make orange taste more like orange? Like, how do you get the potency of that flavor up? And I think that's one of the things about doing what we do. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't go to engineering school. I didn't go to culinary school. You just got to think about, like, people that you've been around, all your life experiences and stuff. How do you do this? And to apply a little bit of science class, but you got that orange adjusted, and it's so cool now because when you go to have this drink, that rosemary pops. Rosemary is a very intense herb, but this rosemary just comes through so nicely. The olive is like gentle, almost savory undertone. It adds a cool fatty quality to that ice cream. And then orange soda. Who the hell's mad about that? So that one's kind of like one that will read it and they get a little hesitant of it. Trust me, if you're going to come in and only have one of them, try that one. As far as the other sodas go, so we're doing that mint ice cream, and we were thinking mint chocolate chip, Andes Mints. But obviously the mint soda would have been the thing to do, and we're like, screw it, let's do it backwards. So we actually made a dark chocolate soda, and then that gets paired with the mint ice cream, so it's like a little bit of an inverse. So that was really cool. Mariah's drink, we were doing the lemon sorbet, and oh, that's right, so she's doing, it's a strawberry soda, vodka based, and there's a little bit of Strega in it. What's really cool about that is like, you know, you hear strawberry and lemon together, and it's so simplistic, it's easy. There's not a lot of buy-in to it. And the cool thing about the Strega in there is there's just this light, gentle undertone of saffron. It's a weird flavor that you don't really get too often. Your mainstream strawberry soda company most certainly isn't putting saffron into anything. But it comes through in that drink, so it's a cool little twist on something that you didn't exactly expect. Oh, the chocolate ice cream. So we were kicking around, do a root beer float. And I think the conclusion we came to ultimately was it's too nail on the head. It's too straightforward. It's too easy. It's something that it's expected. So why are we wasting our time trying to do something that everybody else has already done? Quite frankly, it's been done to death. And I love root beer floats. I am that guy. I stop by Dairy Queen probably once a month to go get my root beer float. But as we got to talking about it, what other floats make sense? Obviously, the orange creamsicle is a slight nod to the gin and juice, or I should say the other rim. The gin and juice is a slight nod to the orange creamsicle. We were kicking around a couple other ideas, and as we were just daydreaming about going to Dairy Queen at 3 or 4 in the morning, because you can't do that. But we were thinking about, man, you know what else I really miss that I haven't had in a long time? But it's one of those things I got good memories with. My dad had these a ton growing up. I can't speak for Ben, but there's just a lot of good memories around a banana split. So what we did, back to not putting the things together in the way that you would expect it, he came up with this really cool presentation on it where he made essentially this Dole Whip here in house that goes over that chocolate ice cream. And then we made a banana soda to go with everything. And it's really cool to me because a lot of times when people come across banana flavored anything, runts is the first thing that comes to anybody's mind. And we didn't want that to happen. We're using real bananas for the soda. And I think it's really cool how it turned out because we get those right banana flavors. But at the same time, the way that we make our banana syrup, that's not a fast process. So you get these cool, slightly oxidized banana notes. So it's kind of a cool twist on something that you've had before, but just not in a way that you've had it. But I think overall, though, we've had a really good response to the floats. We had a really good response to the kickoff party. That one was, I believe we called that one, Remember the Summer Birthday. We had a really good turnout for that one. The next one we're working on, we can't really release too many details yet. The theme of the party is Breakfast Club. So tickets are on sale for that right now. You can get those on AnnasPlaceOmaha.com for seats. You can book your reservations for your seats on AnnasPlaceOmaha.com. They'll take you to a link. You can get yourself all booked there. But the party is going to be on August 25th. The name to this one's Breakfast Club. We can't talk about the drinks too much yet, as the kickoff party is a surprise as to what the new drinks are going to be. Really hoping is we get good turnouts to these kickoff parties, and hope that that's a way that we can be constantly releasing new, higher concept drinks. Your typical everyday, get when you go to your typical bar. That's kind of the thing about this place. Like, this to be a new experience. There's a reason that we don't carry a ton of super mainstream brands. When you come in here, we want you to try something new. You chose to come to us. You were looking for a different experience tonight. And that's kind of the whole point and purpose of this bar and of this menu. So we really hope that, we continue to catch some steam with these parties, and we just kind of have some momentum with it. Got a lot of cool ideas ahead of us, and we really like to, these parties every month. They're a lot of fun. With another local maker, if you will, here in town. You should really follow them on Instagram if you're not already doing that. It's Pie Fairy. They are amazing. Mr. and Mrs. Pie Fairy, they keep throwing things at them. They haven't said no to us yet, so we're just going to keep throwing crazier stuff at them until eventually when they actually tell us no. But I don't think they're going to do that. They're just about as much fun as we are with this. So a lot of baked goods, great way to go stock your freezer and whatnot. So definitely should check them out. But the thing about these kickoff parties is we actually get to do a food pairing, because obviously we can't have a kitchen to operate out of for food. So we've got all this stuff catered in, but we actually get to pair food with these drinks, and based around the theme of the party, right? Like it's a party. Really hope to continue selling these menu kickoff parties. They're going to be on the last Sunday of the month. We're going to do 2 different seatings. One's going to be at 1 o'clock, and the second one's going to be at 4. We're just going to keep those posted online so you can get your reservations there, and that's pretty much that.